Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Nepal observing the 60th Children's Day today, calling for investment on children for a secure future. Thousands still to have access to education and health services. Works of releasing shares halted as the Securities Board of Nepal is without leadership for 7 months. Investors bear the most brunt. The US and UK yet to give Ukraine permission to use long-range missiles in Russia. UK Prime Minister holds talks with US President. No decision yet. And Nepal wins its friendly against Canada HP Jaguar by 66 runs ahead of the triangular series with Canada and Oman under ICC World Cup League 2. It's the 60th Children's Day today in Nepal. It is being celebrated with the slogan, Investment in Children for a Secure Future, while thousands of children in the country are still deprived of basic services like education and health and proper nutrition. The National Child Rights Council has considered anyone below the age of 17 as a child. Based on the national census, there are over 9.8 million children in Nepal, 51.8% of whom are boys and 48.2% are girls. 29% are children between the age of 10 to 14. Although Children's Day is celebrated every year and advocacy is done for child's rights, thousands are still compelled to live deprived of basic services.
त्यही चाहिँ महिलाहरु चाहिँ एकदमै अब शोषित बन्नु भएको छ घरेलु हिंसामा पर्नु भएको छ खानाकै हातमुख जोड्नकै लागि पनि बाबा आमा चाहिँ मजदुरी गर्ने ती बालबालिकाको लालन पालन नभएको अवस्था अब कसरी चाहिँ त्यो विद्यालय जाने उहाँहरुको सर्वोत्तम हित.
Stakeholders say child rights should not be limited to formality or slogans.
बालबालिकाको भविष्य नै देशको भविष्य हो. त्यसैले बालबालिकालाई शिक्षा दिनु जरुरी छ. उनीहरुलाई आवश्यक पर्ने सम्पूर्ण वस्तु सम्पूर्ण चीज शिक्षा लगायत अन्य पालन पोषणका लगायतका अन्य कुराहरु पनि दिनु आवश्यक छ.
बाँच्न पाउने अधिकार, संरक्षणको अधिकार, विकासको अधिकार र अर्थपूर्ण सहभागिताको अधिकार हुन्छ. हो यी खालको चारवटा आधारभूत अधिकारहरुलाई पाउनु नै बालबालिकाको अधिकार हो.
कुनै पठपछि पढाब नै सकै छी हमरासँग पैसा नै ह.
The implementation of child's rights has remained feeble. There is a lack of child welfare officer in 353 out of 753 local levels. Child rights activists opine the government needs to activate the concerned state mechanism.
बालबालिकाको निम्ति राज्यले कति लगानी गरेको छ भनेर हेर्नको निम्ति बालबालिकाको निम्ति बजेट कोड बनाउनु पर्छ र बालबालिकाको निम्ति जुन पोषण भत्ता भनेर राज्यले पुर्याउँदै आएको छ त्यो 532 रुपैयाँ छ त्यसलाई 25 जिल्लामा छ त्यसलाई 77 जिल्लामा पुर्याउनु र त्यो राशि बढाउनु पर्छ.
Based on the Ministry of Women and Children, 14% of adolescent girls between the age of 15 to 19 have given birth and the rate of child marriage is 1.6%. 5.4% children are still deprived of education. Nepal has been celebrating Children's Day on 29th of the Nepalese month of Bhadra each year. The Securities Exchange Board of Nepal has been without a leadership for the past 7 months. This has affected the release of shares and eventually the collection of funds for hydropower investors. The position of chair has been vacant since 7 months. This has also affected the market monitoring. In the past 7 months, only one company has been able to release its IPO and FPO.
आज चाहिँ हामीले जति पैसा लगानी गर्छौं त्यसको 30% चाहिँ हामीले आईपीओ मार्फत पैसा उठाएर लगानी गर्ने भन्ने हाम्रो सबै प्रोजेक्टको छ. अहिले 32 वटा प्रोजेक्ट झन्डै 15-16 महिना देखि 7 मा गएर अड्किया छ. त्यहाँबाट आउने पैसा नआइदिएर अथवा स्वीकृत नपाएर त्यसपछि पब्लिकमा गएर पैसा ल्याउन नसकेको कारणले गर्दा धेरै प्रोजेक्टहरु कन्स्ट्रक्सन हुँदै गरेका प्रोजेक्टहरु कन्स्ट्रक्सन रोकेर बस्नुपर्ने कोही स्थिति छ आज.
Mahesh Baral from the Ministry of Finance has been assuming the role of the chair of the board. However, the delay in appointment has stalled IPOs worth 11 billion rupees of 16 companies, rights shares worth 5 billion rupees of 4 companies, and FPOs worth 250 million rupees of 4 companies.
र अर्थतन्त्र चलायमान बनाउने एउटा अंग भनेको आईपीओ मार्केट पनि हो हैन आईपीओमा गइसकेपछि कम्पनीहरुले पुँजी सङ्कलन गर्छ त्यो पुँजी चाहिँ भनौँ न विभिन्न भनौँ न कहीँ ब्याङ्कमा लोन तिर्नुपर्ने होला अथवा उद्योग व्यवसायहरुको भए कसैलाई पैसा तिर्नुपर्ने होला हाइड्रो भए छड सिमेन्ट अथवा मजदुरहरुको दिनुपर्ने होला त्यो सबै भएर चाहिँ अर्थतन्त्र चल्न सक्थ्यो त्यो ठ्याप्प छ भन्न एक महिनाको दौरानमा त झन्डै 1000ले इन्डेक्स बढेको थियो बीचमा अलिकति घट्यो फेरि अब हिजोको हेर्यो भने अलिकति बढेको छ यस्तो बजारमा रेगुलेटरको प्रेजेन्स हुनुपर्ने त्यो प्रेजेन्स पनि देखिएको छैन हैन त्यसले गर्दाखेरि त भनौँ न यो त दुर्भाग्य हो भनौँ न यस्तो अवस्थामा यो चेयरम्यान नहुनु भनेको
The government claims it will revive the economy while companies are unable to issue IPOs. Projects have struggled to collect funds and also clear their loan interests. Almost 100 houses in Bardia have been inundated by the flood in Karnali River following 3 days of incessant rainfall this week. The most affected regions are in Rajapur municipalities, Daulatpur and Chanora. Over a dozen houses have also been inundated in Gularia's Balapur by the flood in Babai River. Daulatpur and Chanora villages in Rajapur municipality have been inundated as the Karnali River changed its course after flood triggered by 3 days of incessant rainfall. 84 households have been displaced in the region. They've been relocated to safer locations. However, many victims say they could not save their important belongings.
12 बजे राति हेर्न आयौं त पानी थिएन अब कति यो बिहानको 8-9 बजे कि 10 बजेतिर हो यो पानी आको अब त्यो घरको छिटेपुटी अब के हुन्छ अब घरमा पानी पसेछ भाँडा जस्तै खानापिना सबै चामल दाल अनि के अब बाहिरको पनि खेतको धानको पनि मकैको पनि सबै छिटेपुटी भएछ
मुसलमान समान यहाँ भगैलाती ना आओ आकुर अटोले बनी लाती छुट्टी मुट्टी तो मी लाही वही चाउरो ढरा लाती वो आकुर सामान तो न लाती आकुर सब कुटरे पलबावे पलंग में एस्टेक पलंग बावे तो पलंग में ढर लाती भिजत हुई जाए नहीं सकना हुआ टप पानी बा.
This year's flood was the biggest in Karnali River so far. The water level on Friday afternoon was measured at 11.3 meters. The Rajapur municipality has provided the displaced families with drinking water and tarpaulins for temporary arrangement. The local administration, meanwhile, has begun works to save as many of the belongings of the victims as possible.
पानी व्यवस्थापन पिउने स्वच्छ पानी व्यवस्थापन गर्नुपर्छ भनेर अहिले यहाँ ल्याएका छौं भने अर्को फेरि गाडी पानी लिन गएको छ अहिले तत्कालको लागि हामी यही नै गर्छौं र सचेत बनाइराखेका छौं नदीमा जुन अहिले सत्तीघाट पुल भन्दा माथि र बोल्डरहरु खसिराखेको छ त्यहाँ नछिरोस् भनेरै हामी अगाडि बढिरहेका छौं.
प्रारम्भिक डाटा अनुसार 84 घर बनिराख्नु भएको छ र अरु पनि थपिन सक्ने सम्भावनाहरु यहाँ हामीले देखिरहेका छौं. अहिले दौलतपुर र यो चनौरा पुरको व्यक्तिहरुलाई यहाँ सुरक्षित रूपमा नेपाल प्रहरी र सशस्त्र प्रहरीको हाम्रो सुरक्षाकर्मीले चाहिँ यो सुरक्षित रूपमा रेस्क्यु गरेर उहाँहरुको सरसामानहरु सुरक्षित रूपमा राखिएको छ.
The flood has damaged fields and also cost the families greens they had saved throughout the year. Welcome back. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what do you think is the reason for ministry's failure to produce desired results? Your options are A. Unstable government, B. Lack of ministers' ability, and C. Lack of responsibility among officials. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer did not signal any decision on allowing Ukraine to use long-range missiles to hit targets inside Russia after talks with US President Joe Biden in Washington. When asked if he had persuaded Biden to allow Ukraine to fire long-range Storm Shadow missiles into Russia, Keir said that they had a long and productive discussion on a number of fronts, including Ukraine. The White House said they also expressed deep concern about Iran and North Korea's provision of lethal weapons to Russia. Earlier, Russian President Vladimir Putin had warned Western nations not to let Ukraine fire long-range missiles at Russia. Putin said such a move would represent NATO's direct participation in the Ukraine war. To date, the US and UK have not given Ukraine permission to use long-range missiles against targets inside Russia for fear of escalation. However, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has repeatedly called on Western allies to authorize the use of such missiles to attack targets within Russia, saying it was the only way to bring about an end to the war. The UK previously said Ukraine had a clear right to use British-provided weapons for self-defense, which does not preclude operations inside Russia, following Kiev's surprise cross-border incursion last month. However, this excludes the use of long-range Storm Shadow missiles in territory outside Ukraine's internationally recognized borders. The US provided long-range missiles to Ukraine earlier this year, but like Kiev's other Western allies, these have not been authorized for use on targets deep inside Russia. Asked if he was intimidated by Putin's threats of a potential war with NATO, Kiev said that the quickest way to resolve the Ukraine war lies through what Putin actually does. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump promised mass deportations of Haitian immigrants in Ohio City shortly after U.S. President Joe Biden called for attacks on that community to stop.
I'm here today in California with a very simple message for the American people. We cannot allow Comrade Kamala Harris and the communist left to do to America what they did to California. The state of California is a mess, with people leaving, and nothing's going to stop them. They're going to other states. Some are going to other countries. But what they've done, Gavin Newsom and Kamala, and I want to say Kamala more so, she destroyed San Francisco and she destroyed the state.
For the people of California, and what would the nature of your relationship be with the leaders of
I can say this, we will do large deportations from Springfield, Ohio. Large deportations. We're going to get these people out. We're bringing them back to Venezuela.
Remarks about your opponent. She also espoused conspiracy theories about 9/11.
No. The real threat is what's happening at our border. Because you have thousands of people being killed by illegal migrants coming in and also dying. You have women dying as they come up. They're coming up in large groups. We call it a caravan. I think I came up with that name, but it's really what it is. 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 people. And you have large numbers of women being killed in those caravans coming up to this country. And then when they get here, they can go into the country and they end up being sex slaves and everything else. Those are your real problems, not the problem that you're talking about.
3 U.S. citizens are among 37 defendants sentenced to death by a military court yesterday for their role in a failed coup in Democratic Republic of Congo in May. The 3 accused, Marshall Malanga, Tyler Thompson, and Benjamin Zalman Polun, were found guilty of criminal conspiracy, terrorism, and other charges, and they were sentenced to death in a ruling read on live TV. The verdict was read out under a tent in the yard of Ndolo military prison on the outskirts of Kinshasa. The defendants were seated in front of the judge, wearing blue and yellow prison-issued tops. Armed men briefly occupied an office of the presidency in the capital Kinshasa on 19th of May before their leader, US-based Congolese politician Christian Malanga, was killed by security forces. His son Marcel was among the Americans on trial, along with his friend Thompson, who played high school football with him in Utah. The third American, Zalman Polun, was a business associate of Christian Malanga. The Americans are among some 50 people, including British, Canadian, Belgian, and Congolese citizens standing trial following the failed coup. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.